Many people mistakenly believe that it takes money to make money. But there are many examples of self-made millionaires who literally started out living in the streets with nothing. No money, no education, nothing. So if it's not money or social status or education that determines whether someone will end up wealthy, what is it? Let's answer that question with a story about Jack and his twin brother Bob. Jack and Bob were equal in every way. They had the same IQ, ability, education, training, and job. So, they made the same amount of money throughout their entire careers. Upon graduating from college and getting their first jobs, Jack immediately went out and bought the fancy car that his coworker had. Bob decided to keep his old car for a few more years to avoid having a car payment. Both Jack and Bob received an invitation to a seminar to learn about a unique way to improve their finances. Jack thought it was a waste of time as he graduated with a finance degree. Bob decided to attend the seminar even though he too had a degree in finance, as he tried to keep an open mind to new concepts. When each was pre-approved for a new credit card, Jack decided to get a big screen TV before the party he was hosting for the big game. Then, he decided to get a new sofa too, as he figured out that he could afford the minimum payments of both. Bob also accepted the new card, but paid off the balance each month. A slight downturn in the economy caused Jack to tighten his budget a little. He decided to trade in his car for a less expensive model, but he insisted on having leather seats and a navigation system as he had grown used to those features. As Bob had been living well beneath his means, he was not impacted by the downturn in the economy. After several years had passed by, Jack wanted to buy a house, but did not have enough for a down payment. Bob not only bought a home for himself, but also purchased a couple of investment properties for some added cash flow. In fact, Jack moved into one of Bob's rental properties. Jack asked Bob if he could add a basketball court in the backyard for the neighborhood kids to play in. Bob, concerned about the added liability, declined. When tax time came around, Jack was pleased to discover that he would be receiving a special refund, as he earned less than a certain amount. Bob did not receive the refund. In fact, because his sacrifice, dedication, and diligence in sticking to his financial plan, he was able to earn more money and accumulate more assets, for which he had to pay additional taxes. Jack, tired of seeing how well Bob was doing, felt that it was only fair that Bob pay extra taxes while he received a refund, as he wanted to enjoy all of the luxury that he saw his brother Bob enjoy. Now, what was the primary difference between Jack and Bob? Jack succumbed to human nature. Bob overcame those natural tendencies. More specifically, this story has shown us that expenses rise to equal income, as evidenced by Jack buying a new car, TV, and furniture. We never know all there is to know, as evidenced by Jack thinking he knew it all since he had a finance degree. A luxury once enjoyed becomes a necessity, as evidenced by Jack needing to have leather seats and a navigation system. Those who have the gold make the rules, as evidenced by Bob refusing to allow a basketball court to be built in the backyard. Those who don't have the gold feel they have a right to it, as evidenced by Jack feeling he should enjoy everything that Bob enjoyed. Wherever wealth is accumulated, someone will try to steal it, as evidenced by the IRS taxing Bob to give to Jack. The lesson here is that we all have natural human tendencies that we must overcome. By consistently overcoming the human element and making the infinite banking concept a way of life, you will soon be in a position to stop supporting the employees and shareholders of other banks and finance companies through all of the interest you're paying to them, and instead use that money to support you and your family. Becoming your own banker will prove to be one of the wisest decisions of your lifetime.